Taking none.
What's up, guys? It's knolakay, and our New Orleans Saints defeated the Carolina Panthers 27-24. In my prediction video, I predicted 27-21, so I got the Saints number right. I was just off by 3 with Carolina, but I am happy that we won this game, of course. A win is a win. I would have enjoyed this game a lot more if the Saints defense didn't look the way it did, but we're going to get into that. We're going to start off with the offense first. Drew Brees he had himself a very nice game. He was consistent drive after drive, which is probably the most consistent he's been drive after drive this entire season. Usually the offense and Drew Brees will start off slow, finish fast, or start off fast, finish slow, but we didn't have a single punt this entire game, so that shows you we either got a field goal, a touchdown, or one drive Drew Brees fumbled, but that's besides the point. We were able to push the ball down the field, and a big part has to do with Drew Brees. 29 completions out of 36 attempts, 287 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 sack, and of course 1 fumble. But Drew Brees, again, looked like him old self. He was able to pass it to the receivers for them to make plays. I mean, I personally thought he might have just struggled a little bit, maybe in like the first quarter or two, connecting with these receivers, but I knew eventually he would get it back together. But Drew Brees had no problem connecting with Marquez Callaway right from the jump, and man, did he have himself a game. I personally didn't think Callaway would have that many touches as he did. I know he was sparking up at the Chargers game, but oh my gosh, this guy can get open, and he has sturdy, nice hands. Callaway was tied with the most receptions, tied with Alvin Kamara. 8 receptions, 75 yards. I mean, like I said, when I keep saying this, but when Michael Thomas gets back, whenever that is, this offense is going to look so good. And of course, Sanders coming back in. Look, I mean, defenses should be so surprised or like so confused about who Drew is going to throw to, not even to mention the rushing attack, which we will get on to later. But in the receiving game, Alvin Kamara, 8 receptions, 65 yards. Alvin Kamara is a stud. I mean, he's so dangerous in both the receiving and rushing game. I don't even know what to say. Alvin Kamara, best person on this team, best talent-wise. He's playing the best. He's just amazing. But Tre Quan Smith, 4 receptions, 54 yards. He had himself a nice game. Harris, 4 receptions, 46 yards, and he had 1 touchdown. Jared Cook, he's coming off of back-to-back touchdowns. He had 3 receptions, 32 yards, and 1 touchdown, as I said. And Latavius Murray had 1 reception for 9 yards. So, offensively, very, very well. Like I said, 0 punts. That's what you strive for in an offense. We were just efficient today, and definitely big improvement. Being consistent is key, and we definitely did this here on the receiving game. We're going to get into the rushing game now. Alvin Kamara, man, he is, again, best player on this team. His second effort, his burst of explosion, he's just amazing. Alvin Kamara for MVP and president. Alvin Kamara, 14 carries, 83 yards. He averaged 5.9 yards. His partner in crime, Latavius Murray, 11 carries, 47 yards, and he averaged 4.3 yards. I predicted that both of these running backs would have really, really good games. They both got us first downs that we needed and just made amazing plays, had bursts, were able to break through tackles. I mean, we had a balanced game today. And, I mean, that's what you should strive for, like I said. I mean, I don't even know what to say with the offense. If the offense looks like this without our number 1 and number 2 wide receiver, I don't see how it can get worse. It should only get better. For first downs, we had 26 to Carolina's 18. For total plays, we had 67 to Carolina's 43. For total yards, we had 415 to Carolina's 283. We both tied with total drives. We both had 7. For rushing yards, we had 138 to Carolina's 37. Wow. Red zone attempts, New Orleans was 3 for 4, which is a lot better than what they have been doing. And for converting third downs, we were 12 for 14, which again is a lot better than what we have been doing. And for time of possession, we won by almost 9 minutes. New Orleans Saints had about 34 minutes, and the Carolina Panthers had about 25. All right, for the defense, let's get into the thing that surprised me the most, which was the lack of efficient pass rushing. There were plays where we would almost get to Teddy, but it just wouldn't happen, and there would be like an extended play, which the receiver makes, which it's happened before. And then there's just some plays that Dennis Allen decided to rush 3-4, and the offensive line held. And it even seemed like there were plays where we blitzed, and just everyone was coming, but Teddy looked unfazed and unbothered and was able to move out the pocket or make a play downfield or incomplete. We had 1 sack, which was by Marcus Davenport, and it came at the most crucial point of the game, which I guess I'm happy for. At least they can finish up the game and, make plays at the times that matter most. But 1 sack out of this entire game, maybe it's just the Carolina Panthers offensive line is that good. I'm not sure, but I really expected more. We cut out a lot of sacks, a lot of the missed tackles, which I was about to say, which, oh my goodness, just so many missed tackles. I just don't understand. We could have had so many tackles for loss, or not a lot of first down conversions, or I just don't know. There's so many missed tackles. CJ Gardner-Johnson, CD Deuce, did not have himself a good game. I found every time I looked up on the screen, it seemed like it was his fault, or the play was against him. And yeah, he didn't have himself a good game. With Marshon Lattimore, he played a much better game. He was in much better coverage and position. And same with Janoris Jenkins. I feel like they both had a better game than they have in recent weeks. But Marcus Williams, it seems like he still doesn't know how to tackle. Even without his tackling, his lack of tackling abilities, just him playing safety, being the only one left with a receiver, it just scares me, honestly. It literally scares me. It seems like he's never in the right position or coverage, or he's just late. He's not behind the receiver. It's a mess with him, honestly. The only big blown coverage I remember is just the big touchdown pass to DJ Moore from Teddy. That was really it. I think some of my friends said, either way, somebody would have been left open. So, I don't know, maybe it's just bad game planning or game calling by Dennis Allen. I don't know what it is, but all I know is that you can't blame missed tackles on coaching because, you should know how to tackle. That's a player's job to tackle, but play calling, you can definitely blame it on Dennis Allen, but tackling, that's beginner stuff. So, that was the biggest thing for me. The run defense, however, thank you. You were the only thing consistent on this team. Mike Davis had 7 carries, 12 yards, and he averaged 1.7 yards. 1.7 yards, guys. This was pretty much a passing game with Teddy. So, the run defense is amazing. I don't know what else to say. 1.7 yards, 7 carries, 12 yards. Oh my goodness. But yeah, the run defense, only consistent thing on this defense apparently. Which I gotta give it up to them. At least they're stopping the run, and maybe we can get a little pass rush going. And I used to have so much optimism about the secondary, but I'm not even sure anymore. I thought we would see some improvement from having an extra week off, but I honestly just don't see any. And of course, it looked like we got even worse because tackling is now a factor. And then they had a couple flags earlier in the game, holding and stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. But yeah. even though I'm putting a lot of heat on the defense, I do want to give credit to Teddy, his offensive line, and his receiving core. Very much talented. Teddy Bridgewater, 23 completions, 28 attempts, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, and his offensive line only gave up 1 sack around like the end of the 4th quarter. So that's really good. Teddy B had himself a good game, made some ridiculous passes moving in and out the pocket. And yeah, he had a pretty solid game. So his receiving core, DJ Moore had the most yards, 93 yards, 4 receptions with 2 touchdowns. Robby Anderson, 6 receptions, 74 yards. Curtis Samuel, 6 receptions, 48 yards. And Mike Davis, 5 receptions for 24 yards. At least we didn't let a receiver get over or get 100. DJ Moore got 93, which is only 7 off. But there's that. And I also thought Robby Anderson would be number 1 when it comes to receiving and for touchdowns. I thought at least he would have 1, but yeah, I guess that's it for the Panthers stats. I just think our defense should have and could have played better, but credit to them as well. So yeah, basically the offense had one of its best performances of the season, if not the best, the second best. And the defense continues to struggle in the secondary mainly. And in today's game, we struggled in the pass rush. So, I don't know. I had a lot of hope. But the reality is this might be the defense we're going to be seeing for the rest of the season. I hope not. I think there could be change, but I'm not sure when it's going to be. But I will say they did make the play that matters the most. So I guess there's something with that. They know when it's crunch time, but I mean every play should be crunch time. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you thought was the best player on the Saints and what we need to improve on, which is probably going to be in the defensive side. 10 out of 10 probably will be. And yeah, if you have any comments, just let me know. And I will see you later this week. Peace. Well,